Hey guys, welcome back to Enter the Atmosphere. Today I'm going to be going over part 2 of my mixing template, showing you a few more things about how it's laid out, but also going to run some music through it so you can hear it. So you're going to need your headphones. So before we do that, Kirstie's got some stuff she's going to play, some of the new mixes in the pop and rock world. And let's don't waste any time. Let's get to it.
Try not that.
Okay.
Put in the Atmos theme.
Hey guys, Kirstie Kraus here and your host for Enter the Atmosphere. I'm really looking forward to Jeff's masterclass this week as he brings us part 2 of his discussion on his personal Pro Tools template in Dolby Atmos. But first, I'd like to thank everybody for your positive comments and feedback on our last episode where we featured some of Jeff's Dolby Atmos mixes on the Billboard country music charts. We realized there are not a lot of places that show credits for mixing engineers in Dolby Atmos, but we are actively lobbying hard with the DSPs and the record labels to get this change for all engineers. Now for this week, we are diving into some of the songs that Jeff has mixed and mastered in Dolby Atmos within the pop rock world. Up first, it's Amber Lucid, a singer-songwriter with a haunting single called Miss Moon. Next, we have Water Parks and their single Snow Globe, produced by Austin Knight and Zach Cervini. Jeff's done several albums on these guys, and they are awesome.
7 p.m. let it sink in. I've been looking dark in the back at the deep end. Now it's 3 a.m. Everybody goes home alone. Shake me up and watch me from more. 7 p.m. let it sink in. I've been looking dark in the back at the deep end. Now it's 3 a.m. Everybody goes home alone. Shake me up and watch me from more. The daytime I get to.
Up next, from our good friends at BMG LA, we have the rock genius of Wolfgang Van Halen, who is the son of legendary guitarist Eddie Van Halen. This is the first single off his new album titled Mammoth 2, and it's called Another Celebration at the End of the World. It was produced by Michael Elvis Baskett, and fun fact, every instrument was played and all the vocals were sung by Wolfie alone. Wow. He is currently out on world tour with his band Mammoth WVH, and we highly encourage you guys to check out his live show. It is wild. excited to talk about Austin Mills and Sabrina Claudio. Their latest release, Inhale and Exhale, produced by Austin Mills and Cut and Dry. Take a look.
Wanna be essential to your life, a need, a necessity. Wanna be a part of your design. Wanna be the one to feel your mind, run free through your bloodstream. Wanna be a reason you're alive. I'm giving you permission to inhale me. So let me just trust and make sure that you take your time. Exhale it. Just breathe me, don't rush. Just breathe me, don't rush. Just breathe me, don't rush. Just breathe me, don't rush.
And last, but nowhere near least, our buddies Charlie Scene and Johnny Three Tears, who were part of the incredible band Hollywood Undead. Here's their first single, Chaos, from their massive record, Hotel California, produced by Wizard BLD.
Bombs dropping on the runway, the oceans overflow. I know for certain one day I'll see you down below. I'll find some solace someday, and you'll reap what you sow. I'll see you bloody Sunday, so you can break your food. Close your eyes, blinded by the fire and the skies, misguided by the drive, sacrifice to the Lord of the flies. No one can save you, no one can save you. The chaos awaits you. I can't see tomorrow, 'cause I might die today. I see this sorrow with a smile on my face. I can't see tomorrow. Are we dead or alive? The blind lead the blind in the I'm dead inside from the drift of violence. Don't you dare.
I hope you have enjoyed hearing the latest Dolby Atmos mixes that Jeff has worked on recently. That's it from me, Kirstie Kraus, your host here at Enter the Atmosphere, filmed right at BMG Studio A in Nashville. Now stay tuned for part 2 of Jeff's masterclass on his personal Pro Tools template for mixing in Dolby Atmos.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks, Kirstie, for all the kind words. Appreciate it very much. We're going to get back into the template. This is part 2. So let's go back to Pro Tools, and I'm going to show you where you're at. You're going to need your headphones for this, so get them ready. Okay, here we go. My lovely squeaky chair. Okay, so here we are back in Pro Tools. This is where we left off the other day. We went through everything from the drums to the left all the way to the end to the LTC. So I had a couple of questions from some folks about exactly how the what we call the infinity loop, how it was kind of set up. So I'll go through that quick, and I'm going to give you an example here in a little bit when we get into putting music into this template, how it works. But basically, you've got one input where it says right here, if you can see where it says infinity, that's my input. So whatever signal is coming into that, and then off of that, I'm bussing it out. See where it says bus 2 right here? Bus 2 comes to the input of the next one, which is in the center. And then that buses off to bus 3, which buses off to bus 4, 5, 6. And when you get to 7, then it buses back off to, guess where? Infinity. So it comes back to here. That's what makes the feedback loop. So when you send a signal through it, you ride this I loop, the infinity loop VCA I got set up over here. If you get it above 0, it'll keep going around and around, and then it'll start getting louder and louder, and eventually it'll rip your head off. So you got to be kind of careful with it, but it is a great effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, there was a song that we played the video from, a great band out of Houston called Water Parks, and their song Snow Globe is one of the ones off their greatest hits that I mixed, their whole greatest hits. But that's one I did off of there, and it's really cool. And we use the infinity loop on that on a certain spot, and I'll isolate that to let you hear it, how it really works. And there's just a lot of cool tricks. So hang tight. Let me pull this up. Okay, guys, so I pulled up Snow Globe here again by Water Parks, and just to kind of give you an idea how the template works. I've always got it set on this. I've selected top rear. That way I know when I import, it's going to all go to the right, okay? So when you're getting ready to import, if you're importing from audio files, which this was an audio file import, because I think they work in Logic, or they work in different, all different kinds of things. But this one was an audio import instead of a session import. So a little bit simpler, not as hard to get into the template. Both work really easy, but so you basically just go and you find the audio files, and then you come to import and go audio. Okay, so when you're getting ready to import, you come and you find the files, and here are the audio files. So I would select all these, and then I would always copy all and then import. It's going to come in right after the top rear. Now I've already color coordinated everything, where drums are in blue, bass is in pink, any kind of acoustic is yellow, keyboards are red, guitars are this kind of aqua blue, and then you got vocals. Last but not least, I get the 2 mix of the song for reference. It's the mastered version. You want that. You always make sure you get the mastered version from the label, because if you don't, you get the limited version or something like that, and it's always just a teeny bit different from the mastering house, and you get the old spanking on the hand from Apple, because your links are the wrong direction, or wrong length. So anyway, so keep that in there. All right, so play the intro, a little bit of it, so you get the vibe. Cool. It's a fun track. I'll put my headphones on so I can hear what you guys are hearing. So, okay. So first up, that piano part at the front is crazy. Let me tell you what we're doing on that. That's using the infinity and the fab verb trick that I showed you in a couple episodes back. So let's go over here. All right, guys, here's the piano track. I'll turn everything off so you can kind of hear it by itself. All right, the only thing that's doing is I've got it starting at the back of the room, at the top of the back of the room, and then as it plays, it's coming up. Okay, cool. Then I'm sending it to the fab verb, which is the stereo fab reverb that I've gotten 3 instances, one in the front, one in the middle, and one at the rear. So it's taking the signal that's in here and then flaming it back out over the room. So that's what this sounds like. Get the idea. Then last but not least, the fun. This is Infinity. And it's automated to where it kind of rides it in, so it comes in about midway, starts sending it around the room this way, okay? Speaker to speaker. Here we go. Let me stop and here and go. Now, if I was to grab the gas on the Infinity, which is right here, and if I keep holding it on, it'll keep building. I won't do it to you. Crazy things you can do with that. You can throw snare drums in there and make them go boop, 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 boop around the room and create beats with it. It's pretty nuts. Because remember, the way I have it set up, the way it's feeding into each other, but there's an EQ that's set up to filter if you want to. And I'm not on this particular song. And then the delays. And so they're each set on this particular song at 333 milliseconds each, all the way around the room. So, super cool trick, super fun. You can use it on all kinds of things. It sounds nuts, and you wouldn't think you would use it very much, but I have a tendency to use it a lot. Sometimes I have to back off because I don't want to put it on every record, but it's fun. It's a blast. Another cool part about this track that was really fun to do is when it goes out of this real ethereal kind of groove with the piano and stuff, and then it comes into the chorus, the bass is really hidden, and it's almost like a funk feel, but real straight ahead. I'll show you what it's coming in here. Make sure I got everything unmuted. So what I'm doing here when it comes in is the whole track's real wide, and everything's set up to be just real ethereal, floating around in your head, and then when that bass comes in, it sucks the whole track in to where it just gets up all on you. I mean, it comes in closer, and it's a lot of fun. Don't know how much you can hear it in the headphones, but in the room, it's extreme. So here we go. Start just a little before the bass comes in.
Go like this on my greatest hit, so oh, it's love, yeah. 7 p.m. let it sink in. We've been looking dark in the back of the deep end. Now it's 3 a.m. everybody goes home alone. Shake me up and wash me down. 7 p.m. let it sink in. We've been living dark in the back of the deep end. Now it's 3 a.m.
Really sucking that thing in. In this transition right here, it moves. Spread it back out. So the trick to a lot of in Atmos is just, we all know this is from mixing. You always want to have verses and choruses and where they grow. You know, where you have a verse at this level, and then it comes up a little bit in the choruses, and it stair steps all the way through from start to finish. In Atmos, it's the same thing, except for you have another dimension. So you have other ways of doing it besides just using volume. You can use the size of the room and how big you get it, and you just kind of let the song tell you what to do. You know, it's different every time, you know, which is a blast. So again, having all these things at your disposal where you can just reach up and grab them, that's the beauty of having a template. That keeps you effective, keeps you working at a quick pace, because you got to get these things done. You know, you want to be creative, but you can't spend 4 days mixing one song in Atmos. You'll go broke, I promise. So you got to move pretty quick. But again, you don't want to sacrifice moving quickly by not being creative and not being musical. And that's why I keep stressing, you got to have a template and you got to have everything, the kitchen sink in there, so that when it's, when you go to it, it's all there. So that's about it for this week. As we move along, we're going to get more into how to load different kinds of things into the template. If you get a session to load in, how do you deal with that versus just straight audio files, stuff like that. Just really want to help you guys understand that this is a very useful tool to be able to just move quickly, and because you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get stems, sometimes you get individual tracks, sometimes you get a mess. So we'll try to cover all those things in the coming weeks. But thank you for everything, and appreciate you guys watching and listening, and we'll see you next week.
Don't forget, subscribe and click the bell down below, and make sure you get notified for all of our upcoming episodes here at Enter the Atmosphere.